we are again. Here we are again. Live in your face. I should have thought of a cool intro. Hey, thanks for joining me tonight. This should be an interesting one. I'm hoping it'll stir up some good conversation. This was a video I've been sitting on for a long time, and I thought today's the day to just share it. And unfortunately, I'm not going to have as much sample footage to show, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to chat about it. And whoever happens to just jump in on the chat, I got the chat right here. Here we go. We got Jerry's Solo Adventure. Thanks for joining in. And those of you watching that might not be up on the chat right now, thanks for tuning in. It's going to be an interesting one. So I have the camera. It's right here. As you saw maybe in the thumbnail for the preview of this live stream, or if you're watching the playback of this video, you saw the thumbnail. Here it is, and we'll get a better shot of it here. I'll zoom in and you can get a good look at it. There. High quality stuff. High quality stuff. And don't worry, we will get some sample footage of how it records, and it's a camera, but it takes pictures, it shoots video. And let's just start off, and I'm gonna go over some of the specs. Let me read off some of these specs for you. Let me set this camera down. And then I'm gonna talk a little bit about why I think it's worth investing in, even though no one's talking about it. And it happens to be a couple years old, but don't worry about that. All right, let me read some of these specs. You tell me if any of these things catch your interest for this price tag. Now it ranges at the time of this video right now. You can get a hold of this camera for $150, maybe less, maybe more, depending on if it's used, refurbished or whatnot. But let me just read some of these specs for this camera. You tell me if this floats your boat. Here we go. 4K at 30 frames a second. 1080, 30 frames or 60 frames. 1080 at 120 frames. 720 at 240 frames. So if you want to do high speed or slow motion, it's capable of doing that. Pretty amazing. It's got a microphone jack and an earphone jack. It's starting to sound pretty good, don't you think? There's some caveats to this camera. Let me see here if I can find one. I would say one of the main things is it does not have unfortunately it does not have a memory card slot, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Hey Christian, thanks for joining in. Hayden, thanks for stopping by here. The camera, I'm getting to that. I'm reading the specs right now. If you've just tuned in, you've heard some of the specs, some of the things I like about it. I haven't really talked too much about what I like, what I don't like, but I'm just reading some of the specs. I'll go over them one more time real quick. It's got a full range of 4K, 1080, and 720. 4K shoots 30 frames, 1080, 3060, and then high speed frame rate 120 and 240. But no memory card. It has a built-in memory, which is frustrating. But it has some other features before you turn it off. If you haven't already guessed it. Does anyone have any idea? Hey Kevin, thanks for joining in, man. We got the high quality lo-fi video review. Is this a video review? I don't know. This is a discussion about this camera. I don't know if you can see it. Zoom in here again on it. Good stuff. All right, we're going to get to it. Any guesses? I know there's a little bit of a delay with the chat, so those of you that are watching live, feel free to chat in on this. I read some of the specs. I'll read some more specs because this has a couple unique features, and it'll probably give you a little bit better idea of what kind of a camera we're dealing with here. camera has another camera on the back of it. This right here, folks, is an iPhone SE. Yes. Now, hang on. Don't leave just yet, because there's a reason I'm talking about this. This isn't the new iPhone SE. This is the iPhone SE 2016. This model is still capable. I just installed the latest firmware from iOS. And the reason I wanted to talk about this camera phone is I think everyone should own one. Because I get paid every time. No, I think everyone should own one of these, especially if you're an Android user, you've never used Apple products. This is your chance for $150 to connect into the iPhone world. And the amount of apps on this, like you're seeing right now, this effect that you're seeing right now is a VHS effect. Yeah, you got a little bit rickrolled, but but it's true though, and here's why. Because at this point, this is an old phone. Does anyone even use these as phones anymore? But this is a camera, and I'm going to refer to it as a camera because of the fact that this shoots 4K, and you saw or you heard those statistics. It shoots 240 frames high speed. I don't know any other camera. Look how thin it is. And one of the reasons I wanted to mention it was because this is the older model. This is the 2016 model. It has a ton of these vintage cases on eBay. There's all kinds, and I have a whole stack here. I'm going to show you some of these. And you've been bamboozled. Feel free to just click away. But no, here's why, because I want to show you some of these other cases for this. And yeah, like I'm in it. I'm in it. See, I got more than one of these because I put this in my bag. And here's where I'm just going to go down this list. And I should have. This is where I probably should have had like a full list of things. But here's one of the things. Camera, microphone, time-lapse, music. This can do, now it can't do it all at the same time, but this can do all of those things. And because the 2016 model, this is probably the last year, the time you're watching this, 2020, this is probably the last year that this model is still going to be, I would say, relevant, where you can still load apps into it. And I, just like I said, I updated it with the latest software, so it's working. It's working with Apple software. But I have all of the apps mirrored to my current phone, which is just an iPhone 6. But I wanted to get in here because you get into the audio and you have all of the Rode mic options. Rode mic has a thing. You could use this as a plugged in lav mic recorder. Put that in the coat pocket. I've done that at weddings. You can use it as an actual recorder. You just plug a mic in, or you could even just use it like this. But for the camera capabilities, it's pretty amazing. Now, if you're seeing this, this is the small one. Yes, you can plug the mic in. It still has the hole right there, which is really cool. And I've had this phone. It's unfortunate because, so when I bought this phone, whoa. Music bumping there for a second. When I got this phone, I got it from Boosted Mobile. It's never been activated. It was a locked phone. I think, I don't know whatever cellular service it came with. I never intended to actually use it as a phone, but I got it really cheap. It was on sale right before. This was years ago, and I was gonna do a video for it. And then when I went to the website, they were completely gone. And I just felt like it. Now the only place to pick these up are on eBay primarily. But here's what I wanted to show, and I will get in here. I'm going to go into, I read those stats. Those are the phone stats, right? And Grant, Ace, JB, thanks for joining in. This is the 2016 iPhone SE. You can look this up, 2016 iPhone SE. And Grant. Oh, thanks, Grant. And feel free to watch the playback. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to show some settings. So I read all those stats for what the different frame rates, but when you download the Filmic Pro app, now this is an app that you would have to purchase, but once you purchase it, it's in the Apple Store, so you could load it into other phones. Once you download this app, it gives you the option to change the frame rate to intricate intervals. So I can do 24, 25, 48, 50, 60, 120, and I can adjust how high the quality is. So the apps are the other thing that I think this is worth investing in it. And this is one of the things, and I know it always seems like this, comments always seem so loud. Sorry, I was just reading that. Bye. Filmic Pro, I know, for real. So I have a bunch of apps on here, and I can someday maybe go over some of those apps. It's not really that important right now because you can find lots of videos about that. The main thing is I do videos, and I see the comments. I read comments, and they say, oh, they don't have it for Android. They don't have the app for Android, or oh, it's Apple only. And there's a whole group of people out there that have never experienced it. And I'm not going to get into the conversation of whether it's better or worse, but I just know that I've seen a lot of comments where everyone talks about certain apps that aren't available on Android. And for $150, I would say the reason I have other ones of these, time-lapse. These are so nice. You just set them up. Look how small this is. This is as small as my hand. Set it up, shoot time-lapse behind the scenes of something, or if I just want to lock it in and just get like some additional B-roll. Now, it's not the highest quality. I don't know if a lot of you know this, but when you shoot time-lapse on an iPhone, you want to shoot at 20-minute intervals. Basically, if you shoot for an hour, it's going to condense it and make the time-lapse faster. So every 20 minutes, you want to stop and start a new one, and that'll give you a nice, longer time-lapse. There's actual statistics somewhere. I was doing some deep research into it because I noticed that I was doing like 2 or 3 hour time lapses and they would be super fast, and I didn't really like that. And I found out that that's just the iPhone's averaging, trying to make each one of the time lapse clips the same amount of length, if that makes sense. Yeah, so it's a phone. But here's why this one specifically. Now, if you notice, obviously the new iPhone SE came out. It's like $400, and maybe I guess at $150 you're already almost halfway there. Is it almost halfway a thing? But here's what I wanted to show you. Because this is the iPhone 2016 model, you can get custom cases like this one on eBay. They're abundant because they're done. Look at this. I found this. This is a little iPhone case. Boop. Fits right in. Smaller. The other thing is things like Moondog Labs. Gotta work this. Moondog Labs has things like this, which is an anamorphic lens that's specifically made for, it was actually designed for the iPhone 5S, and then the 2016 SE is the same size. So you just slide that on like that, and now you're shooting anamorphic lens footage. And this lens, since it was designed for this older model, you can find them cheaper. And these are pretty expensive when they're brand new. They're like $150 or something. So these lenses are a lot cheaper, and they only fit. You saw how snug that fits, right? Boom. Or okay, it's just a phone. But mostly it's the additional benefits. And I want to show you some of these other things. I got a couple other cool things here. Look at this crazy thing. This is a Selfie. Let's open it up. Have I never opened this? Oh yeah, I did. So this little device goes on top, and it has wide angle lens built right in. This is pretty neat. So I'm gonna go here, slide this on. This thing's snug. We're gonna zoom in here. This is really low quality hi-fi. So this is something, now take a look at this, guys. And I just realized this, I'm sorry for this. This is the Ollie Clip Selfie. I just realized it's reversed mirror. What the heck's going on? This is a wide angle lens. Look how snug that fits. See that? That is so snug. It fits only on this model of phone. Have you ever seen a clip that has a wide angle selfie camera cover? Huh? That's the Ollie Clip Selfie. Ollie Clip Selfie, that's what it looks like. And you know what? got you here. Whoa, back it up, back it up. Little room, little room. I'm gonna plug you in so you can actually get a view of this. It seems like a waste to just talk about it and have this lo-fi. Yeah, Christian, you're right about the depth of field, and that's one of the things where it's the accessories. And yeah, sure, you can get accessories for all the phones, but because this is an older model, people are they're pretty much liquidating them because they think of them as useless. And that's why this is you sort of got rickrolled, but not really, because there's a reason nobody's talking about this, because they're just thinking, oh, the newest, latest thing. And it's like, this thing's shooting 4K video. And I put it up against, I was shooting 4K. Well, we all know the situation with phones. We don't need to do a side-by-side comparison because I don't have any footage for that right now. It's currently saved. But let me tune this in here. We're going to switch over. Pow! Look at that. Huh? See, I got it all set up tonight. Ooh, we've got a different soundtrack too. Nice. Okay. So what we're going to do is let's go into camera mode. Oh, yeah, this is so cool, you guys. Okay, you ready for this? This is so cool. All right. Let me bring up the video. Look at this mess. All right, I'm going to put it on selfie mode. And that's this. That's this right here, this little Ollie clip. Now, a lot of these clips and things, they don't, yeah, that's a lot clearer, isn't it? Okay, so this is the only adapter I've ever seen that goes on the front of your selfie cam. This isn't formatted for that, but like, so now you could actually do FaceTime calls like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's going on? I think that's super cool. And then flip it around, and it's got like that classic skater. Actually, let's see what it looks like in video mode. Crops in a little bit more in video mode. And obviously, when you just compare it to my lo-fi effect going on, this is pretty amazing. Sorry, this is the only interesting thing. I didn't paint this. This is from the thrift store. This is my high-tech setup. You see that? Look at that. That's what people are like, hey, how do you get that VHS effect? Oh, it's high-end over here, folks. High-end. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to switch this off again. We're going to take this off. This stuff everywhere. Now I'm kind of like getting a little stressed because like this Moondog Labs lens is pretty expensive. All right, we're gonna slide that on, and if you let me just get it big here. This lens, this is I got this for myself for my birthday. Nice place, yeah, my corner office. This is all aluminum, slides in, and then that locks like that, and we're in. Now, let's take a look at what this does. We have to go into the Filmic Pro app. There we go. We're in Filmic Pro. Let's get a different track there. All right. Now we're here, and we just got to go into our settings. And we're going to go accessories. It's been a little while. Device, that's what we're looking for. Nope. All right, it's been a little while. What am I looking for? Hardware. Okay. And here's your different things. Anamorphic adapter. I'm not sure which one I have. I think it's the 133. What's the 155 look like? I don't think I have the 155. 133. Boom. Now, and I don't know if you guys have ever used the Filmic Pro app. Let me just show you something. Okay, so here's our iris adjustment, that little circle. And here's our focus. Now watch this. I lock that focus, and you see that on the right-hand side? I just use my thumb or my finger, and I can just dial that up and down. Like, guys, that is amazing. Are you kidding me? Now I'm gonna shine this light. It's my little lens lamp. Right, we gotta get the lens lamp to, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna lock our iris. I tapped on it, now it's locked. And now I'm gonna try to get some lens flare, right? hard to get with, you know what? It's hard to get with. This is like a diffuse light. Have no fear. I always have my backup, my J.J. Abrams backup. I'm going to use my phone. Well, anyways, you get the idea. I never had good success with the lens flare on this anamorphic, but you can actually, I mean, you can see here, it compresses the video. And let's get our, boom, tap, there's our focus, lock that in. And this is all, like, this is one of the reasons right here, just these components. And you can see here, I'm just like, it's a little, look how thin this is. It's a little tiny, all in one. But, yeah, I would definitely, I know that a lot of times I'll, tech for your needs, I know, I'm sorry, I know there's a little bit of a delay, but the iPhone 5, 5S, this was made for the 5S, I believe, but it would fit on the 5. They're about the same size as far as I know. But on the Filmic Pro, both of these give you those two little sidebars, so I can adjust. I have a little dial for my iris. I say iris, I guess, what would that be? My f-stop? Oh, no, that's my shutter. Yeah. What is that? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Iris. That's boom. And we get out of there. And then if we take that adapter off, it's all squeezed weird. Remove it. Do I have my flashlight turned on? No. Okay. I guess that's an extra setting. Go in here. We go to hardware. And then we switch it back. And it's got the 4 grid, and this, I mean, this thing is really, this app, I know what I was saying earlier, sorry I got a little distracted. A lot of times I get people, and you know, it's like, oh, I think this app costs $9, and to me this is paid for itself, just, I mean, this alone. So I open up this app and I have the white balance. Well, I can put things in front of it and you can actually see that dial change sometimes. Let's see, I have to like go in and auto white balance it. Now you see that the settings, see, you can get the exact temperature, so you can lock it in, tap it, lock it in, and now you know it's 41.25, and you could set stuff to that, or at least have an idea of it. I don't know how exact that is, but anyways. All right, so there's that. And I know I've covered it before my other live streams. You can see here on my apps, I have them organized, and I've got a lot of apps, and that's where this camera does something no other camera does, which is it can be a bunch of other cameras. 8mm. There's the PXL 2000. If you saw my live stream about that camera, you can simulate that. It's so cool. I mean, this alone, this is Rarevision, I believe. These guys rocked it. They also do the VHS effect. But let me just, I'm going to pull this down for a second. So let's see about in the chat here, guys. Sorry if I missed anything. Hayden, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Hopefully this gave you some insight, something to think about. And if you get a chance, you can watch the rest of the live stream later. Yeah, Wegs. For that, the white balance and that circle, and that's where, I mean, I just say iris and focus. I'm going to bring this back up again because here's something I want to show you. So here I'm holding, you can see the phone, I got it right here. I lock the focus in close, so you can imagine I go in here, I change my frame rate, I shoot, let's say I shoot 120, right? I switch it to 120, I hit record, and then I move in, real shaky like, and that's where I had it focus, right? Stop it. But here's what's cool, because it's high speed, let's see if it'll play it in slower. Well, I'd have to take that out of my editor and slow it down, but basically I could put that into my editing software, slow that way down, and now this little shaky camera now has a really high quality depth of field. I'm really selling this, aren't I? All right, I'm gonna close this for a second, and I want to show you guys. I'm gonna go back here. Whoa, where am I at? Where am I at? Whoa, whoa, what just happened? Oh, my arm. Technical difficulty. It wouldn't be a Top stream if there wasn't a major flaw. I got my little touchpad here and my arm touched it. All right, check this out. So I'm gonna close this down for a sec. So some of the other crazy cases that you can get for this. You ready for this one? Guys, you've never seen one like this. Look at this. This is crazy. This is real. This is a case for your phone. It slides in the bottom. Why anybody would want this? Look, it has a little charger port right here. It has a little charger port. If you need to charge, you can run the wire in there. But here's what's so bizarre. It's a water bottle. It's sealed. Why would anybody, you can't push on your phone. All you can do is shake it to get the time to come on. Is that the most bizarre thing? You can't find a case like this for the new iPhones. Why they even made one for this? Who knows? It's called Primula. Primula. How bizarre. And I guess the idea is that you would take it with you and have it playing music, but you could still have it all in one. Wow, could you imagine? That thing would crack or something. But yeah, can't find that. So there's, I mean, that alone, this is the most random thing. Here's another case. And you know what, this is something like, you know, I'm talking about this because I think filmmakers should have this thing, but this is something that, like, for younger people, you know, you think about these toy cameras and it's like, this is pretty amazing because this is going to teach them to, like, be able to use apps and stuff. But look at this case. Slide this thing in. Speaking of kids, and now you have another camera. Whoa, it's silicone. Yeah, Christian, I don't know, man. Isn't that amazing? Like, and that's where, so these novelties are things that I get into where it's like, wow, how cool. Like this little thing. And this actually, because it's silicone, it has the push buttons. I can push through it and, like, change the volume and stuff. It has an eyepiece, but you can't really see much through it, but pretty crazy, isn't it? To me, one of the coolest things is this Ollie Clip, and I'm going to put this back on here and we'll go back to it because I just think it's so cool how it goes on. And you can swap out which camera you want to have on the front, which one you have on the back. Let's plug it in. See what it looks like. Yeah, Wags, very useful. And in case anyone's wondering, this little thing is called a Moschino. But really, if you go into eBay and you type in iPhone 5 case or iPhone SE case, the problem is with the new SE release, you're gonna get the newer ones popping up. Let's switch back and see. We're gonna go here and bring it up. So now we got the fisheye lens, the Ollie Clip. Let's see what the selfie mode looks like. I'm in Filmic, and I actually just realized I don't know if Filmic has like a selfie mode. I don't believe it does. I've never used it to record myself. There it is. Now we have the super. I always like this. This is that classic skater style. Super round. And that's just a fun little clip. Look at that. Get that thing right in your pocket. Boop. Right. Anyways, the iPhone 2016 iPhone SE with its adapters, its little plugs. I can plug in things like this little microphone and all of its apps. And just to show you while I got the screen up, let me show you my audio app. So you have the obvious voice recorder, and Rode makes a mic option called Reporter. And this is a unique one. So this little reporter, check out how this works. You open this up. It's been a while since I used this. So here's our app. But here's what's cool. You can, this little, it's been a while since I used this. You can load in like a, let's see, I think a screen. Like right now it's white. Let's see if we can go in dark mode, I think. Oh, there it is, the flag. So you can go and choose a flag, and so you just load a picture. Let's say it's this one. And then we go into record. I can hit the flag, and then this is what the person sees. Now, what's cool about this is you wouldn't want your face. You could have your company name. And the idea is as you're holding your phone recording somebody talking, it has your identifier on there. But that's just one of those random things that I thought was kind of cool. And that's just using the microphone on the bottom. And people have used it. I mean, it sounds pretty good. Close this up for a second just so I can see what's going on. All right, Wags, super off topic, but would it be cool to see a behind the scenes of how do you do these live streams? The backgrounds are great. Yeah, I'm using OBS, and we had a little mess up. My arm touched the pad here. I had a video I did this morning, and I think it's gotten flagged where it's not getting pushed out, so I'm going to re-edit that and just upload it as a standard video because it was a good thing. We watched a music video. But let's see. Am I recording right now? Oh, maybe I'm... Oh, no, I have the mic on. We'll close that out. I can show you a quick behind-the-scenes, Weg, so check this out. I can't really go in depth, I guess, because it's pretty straightforward. There's a little bit of planning involved for sure, right? Okay, here's our... Boom. So, as you can see... You're going to be really surprised. I just kind of did this just for fun because I was frustrated. My little tripod, and I'll tell you guys, if you guys are doing videos with your phones, this right here, where's a good clean there? I talked about this before, but this device, this mini tripod, closes, and it comes with this adjustable phone adapter. You crank it. It's not spring loaded. That's a key feature because for the larger phones, it's just really frustrating to get that spring to go around them. But this rotation right here spins your phone vertical or horizontal. And I record so much more stuff, specifically like time-lapse stuff I was talking about earlier with this. Anyways, it wasn't high enough because I was trying to do it for this. So I just taped that phone up there. And that phone is running my VHS app, giving me this cool textured effect, and that app also lets me run the background that you're seeing right now. I imported it through the app to give it that wavy VHS effect. And then right here are my layers in OBS, and I just tap on those different eyeballs. Like right now, if we're getting tired of hearing the music, we can go back to the other music. And there we go. There's keystrokes that you can program in, and I'm still getting used to it, but that's a little behind the scenes. And as you can see, it's pretty lo-fi in the sense of you just got to plan ahead. I think I could do this a lot better, have this a lot more organized. There's still a lot of stuff with OBS that I'm learning as far as making copies of titles and things like this. You can't just copy things because you'll actually affect all of them across the board. And then when I want to switch scenes, I just tap here, and it goes to a different scene. And then I tap here and it goes back. But you can program that if you come over here. I'm usually running this on 2 screens, but I haven't set up my dual monitors yet. So usually you run this as a studio mode if you've never used OBS. And then in studio mode, then you get the standard like preview over here where you can make your adjustments, and this is your program out. But since I have a little screen, it's just all in. So anyways, that's a little behind the scenes, and hopefully that was helpful, just knowing that basically you just gotta practice, prepare ahead of time, and get some time in there. Okay, awesome. You have John, you have the iPhone SE. Do you use it much? So the clean feed, it is unfortunately only available with a Mac computer. So I just plug the cord right in USB, and then if it doesn't recognize it, I open QuickTime, but in most cases it always will recognize it. And in fact, I can show you here, since I got this up, let me show you, John, real quick. With my higher res, I know some of you guys logging in, it's like, whew, this is some low quality. I kind of like it because it, but let me turn this on again. Boom, now we're on. We got the cool infinity effect. So check this out. So I wanna, there's my phone. Let's see, the good phone, right there, boom, good phone. So if I double tap this, in my options for devices, there's my options. Oh, sorry, I gotta point at it. I have the FaceTime camera and the iPhone. That's pretty much how easy. Your computer should detect it. And cancel that. That's pretty much it. But if you don't have a Mac computer, you're not gonna be able to pull in a direct feed off your phone, unfortunately. Hope that was helpful. All right, guys. This side toward the screen. Thanks for joining in. I know there's a lot of really good OBS videos out there, and I've just been slowly, you know, obviously I got a lot going on, but the stuff that I've been learning the most is just trying to get consistent audio. It's been a struggle. I was a little frustrated with we did the nice fun little VHS preview, and we watched all these trailers, and my mic was a little blown out. I wasn't really happy with it, so hopefully it sounds okay tonight. But anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. If you have any questions, go ahead, leave them. Those of you watching the playback, be sure to leave a comment, and you can check the links in the description. I'll put some links to some of this stuff if I can track it down. But I would definitely, if you're running on Android, and I'm not even trying to get people into the iPhone stuff, other than I just want, if you're a filmmaker or creator, I think you should at least experience it. And an iPhone SE 2016 is a great way to do it because you could still use it. And I know I mentioned it before, but there's a really cool effect you can do with the time lapse. If none of you are familiar with this, you go into time lapse mode and you hold it pretty steady, and you can walk around in time lapse mode. You just keep your object centered. When you play it back, the camera stabilizes it and it gives you a hyperlapse video. This is crazy. And somewhere I was trying to find it for tonight's stream. I did a little comparison. I did a hyperlapse because there's an app called Hyperlapse. I did a hyperlapse walk around, and then I used the time lapse function and did that walk around. And the time lapse, I think, looked better, but that's a little trick. But Daniel, thanks for subscribing, man. Thanks for hanging out. I know this is kind of random and a little crazy here with this lo-fi. I like it. It's a little bit easier to deal with, and that way you can really see that nice crisp video from the camera nobody's talking about. All right, here it is. Oh, it's also a phone. But yeah, this case actually isn't really that nice, but it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Whoa, not alone. What are you doing, man? That's awesome, brother. You know what, dude? Holy smokes.
I'm king, and they know it. When I snap my fingers, everybody says sure, I'm hot, and you're not. But if you want
really
to hang with
appreciate
me,
your
I'll
stuff,
give it
man.
one shot.
Top
Top
that, bro.
that.
Top that. Super awesome, man. I appreciate you just hanging out, man. This is fun to share this stuff. I realize, because for those of you that don't know, I shoot production video stuff for Peter Sripol YouTube channel, and so that's where I'm primarily doing all my shooting and editing. And it's not too overwhelming, but it does take up a long part of my day. And so sitting down at night to edit more video is just like, it's a chore, and it's unfortunate. But so being able to do some of these live streams these last few days, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe this is the way to do it. Because I know this video I've been sitting on for like 4 years. Actually, yeah, 4 years, because it was 2016 is when I wanted to talk about it. But Bad Karma, good to see you here. And those of you that are watching that aren't actually chatting in, I appreciate it. Thanks for checking it out. And if you have any questions about anything, feel free to leave a comment. Look for me up on, I guess Twitter. I hang out there, but I haven't been using it that much. Things have been crazy on Twitter, so I just kind of I've been trying to focus in on things that are helping me stay motivated. But man, you know what? I really like that song. Let's do it. Let's get it one more time.
I'm king, and they know it. When I snap my fingers, everybody says short. I'm hot, and you're not. But if you want to hang with me, I'll give it one shot. Top that.
All right, guys. I'm gonna log out here, and if there I know there's a little bit of a delay, so if there's anything I didn't cover or I skipped over, now's your chance. Leave it in the live stream comments. Let's see, if you look it up, it is kind of hard to spell, isn't it? I'm going to type it in the chat, okay? You probably have seen some of his projects just by accident. There you go. I put it in the chat for you. Is there anything else that you want me to chat about, or if you want me to cover with the iPhone SE? It's kind of crazy. So I was looking at this. I currently use an iPhone 6s, and it's going strong, so I'm going to keep using it. Battery keeps dying on me. But I bought this SE off my friend for like 20 bucks. That's the other thing. People have these in drawers in their kitchen. They don't know what to do with them. Yeah, this is the iPhone SE. This is a 16 gigabyte one. I got one here. And I have the one that's recording on the computer. So that's 4 phones. I could do a multicam shoot, which ironically enough, there are apps, and I tried them out. There's apps that let you do multicam recordings. They're crazy. Now they cost money, unfortunately, and so I was only able to do the free trial, but you can totally set up 3 cameras if they're phones, intercut between the master controller, and do a multicam shoot. I don't know how or who would ever use that, but it is available. That was something I was messing with a few years back, and I thought that was when I started to assemble my collection of cameras. It is unfortunate though, and even with these cases and stuff, I would say this Ollie Clip is probably the coolest thing, but it's unfortunate because the one thing that is a downside to these phones, I think I have one here. Man, I have like stuff sitting everywhere. But like even something like this is a handy cam. You see the ergonomics? Got the little strap here. I do that, boom. It's got a feeling. I actually hold this camera like this when I'm recording, so I can hold it down here. I don't really use it that much, but like this with phones, the only downside is you end up having to do this like and it's just like I forgot to get it out, you guys. I actually have 2 more cases. Holy smokes. I'm gonna get them. Hold the phone. Hold the camera phone. Alright, I don't have the other one. Sorry. Alright. I did a video on my channel, so you can look for that. But I have another video that I did where there's a guy on Etsy right now that he makes cases that you can hold the camera like this and it folds out. I forgot I had that and I was using it. I used it for like 6 months, and that turns your little camera into a handy cam. Yes, Cody, I have seen the Cinebody Super 8 cases. I have 2 of them. I didn't get them out, but yeah, I was really excited for them, but they rely completely on the app, which the app still is available from Cinebody, but that's something else. When at one point, even though they're for the iPhone 6s is what that case is designed for. But on eBay, randomly about 2 years ago, those things started just getting like pushed through eBay, and they were selling for like $15, brand new in the box. And so I ended up buying 2 of them. So maybe I'll give one away or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll see, because I can't. What am I gonna do with them, right? But check this out. This is crazy. Look at this crazy case. You know what? It's not going to do justice seeing it like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to our camera, the high quality. We got to go high quality for this, high def. This is wild. You ready for this? Here we go. Okay. Look at this. Now it has foam inside. This is for the iPhone. Is that crazy? I gotta get like a good, I'll just set it here. You flip this up. This is all aluminum. Look, and it has, this is the weirdest thing. It has this like suction cup right there. Look what it's doing to the foam. What do you think that would do to your screen over time? Like, that's just not ideal. But look at that. Is that crazy? The Armor King? Where else would, you're not gonna find a case like this for the new iPhone. Look at that. Is that crazy? I'll have to load a phone into this. I mean, you can see you have to like unscrew all these little screws to get this thing in here. The main reason I never loaded a phone into this was that little suction cup. That thing just looks, just that right there. No way. That's right in the center of your screen. But yeah, look at that. Isn't that wild? I wish I had that little camcorder adapter, but check out that video. Look for that video on my YouTube channel. It's the camcorder, iPhone camcorder, or a camcorder case or something like that. And you can get a look at that little thing. Bad Karma, if you didn't hear me mention it before, the way I got the background was real easy. You can thank Rarevision for that. I have this app right here. Oh my gosh, where am I showing it? That camera is running the Rarevision VHS app. Well, that app lets you import video. So I downloaded this background that you're seeing behind me in the chat, and I loaded it in. And with OBS, I'm able to, OBS is pretty robust. I'm keyed out, so this is all blue key. And the background is a separate video that I ran through the app on loop, and it has that same texture. So it's all, like, is there ever a reason? I mean, I have all these old VHS cameras, and the more I keep messing around with this stuff, I'm like, guys, you don't need a ton of stuff. You might if you're on Windows, for sure. You might have to work around a little differently. But if you have a Mac and an old iPhone, you can do some really fun things. And I was gonna try, I ended up plugging in my USB hub. I was gonna end up getting all of these phones plugged in. I just don't have enough cords, and just show all these different angles and using different apps. But I know I kind of enjoy doing more of these unique viewpoints to kind of make up for the fact that unfortunately, I don't have a really fancy camera. I was really hoping my T2i would work with the Canon EOS tethering option, that new web utility. Doesn't work. I go to Lumix, they have one. It's called the Lumix Tether. Download it. Doesn't work with the G85. It's like, oh, I got these great cameras with these huge lenses, and unfortunately, they don't work. All right, what else is happening? Yeah, it's Wild Legs, isn't it? Little Wayne's World type thing. That was, I think, one of the first effects when I had my VHS camera, because back then you'd have to plug everything into a big TV, and at school I remember it was on one of those metal carts, and you'd point at it and it would be like, whoa, cool effect. I don't know if you guys can hear it. My little laptop here is just roaring, trying to cool down, pushing this to its max. All right, guys, well, I'm glad we hung out a little bit longer. I was able to show you that crazy case, the Armor King. I know this video should probably be weird cases for phones, but now you know why the iPhone SE 2016 is something to look into. And I'm telling you, you know what? If you have friends or family, just ask around, say, hey, do you have your old cell phone? And I know a lot of cell phone carriers are doing the trade back thing. But back then, the early days, the iPhone SEs came and went, and there's a lot of people they're like, yeah, it's here, take it. And I know for me, I did have to take the battery out and replace the battery, which isn't that hard. You could actually send it into a place, they'll do it for you for like $20, I think, maybe $30, and get a new battery and you're good to go. And that's something else. I know, like the one of these, I can't remember which one, but the battery's not that great, but most of the time I leave it plugged into a USB hub if I'm running time lapse or something, or if I'm just playing music. But oh wow, that's awesome, Bad Karma. We'll have to see. Bad Karma, do you have a YouTube channel? Because I feel like if you got an iPhone 11, you pretty much have a full-on production studio. Z-Wise1. Literally, this whole video is about the first iPhone SE. That's what I'm talking about right here. This is the first iPhone SE. And if you just are tuning in, be sure to watch the playback or jump back after this stream ends and watch the beginning part. You can see all the reasons why I think it is still a really good camera. I mean, the camera shoots 4K. Now, is it the best 4K? If you're out in the sunlight, go out in the sun. But I definitely would say with any phone, you're always going to get better images using this camera lens. And I know it seems like kind of impractical to film yourself when you can't see yourself. But if you have a Mac computer, you could plug it in and use the computer to see yourself. But you will definitely get the best view from that lens. And that's just something, and who knows when they're ever going to fix that. I thought this was the year it was going to happen when the iPhone came out. I thought maybe that front-facing camera would have all of the same features, but Z-Wise, thanks for tuning in though, man. I appreciate it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, I covered a lot of cool stuff, specifically with the mobile filmmaking, and it's not even filmmaking. We're gonna go in here again. We're gonna bring it up. I just can't leave. Thanks for hanging out. Feel free to leave anytime you want. Well, that's not what we want. What are we trying to do here? So check this out. Hang on. Oh, good. Didn't work. Boom, we're in. So we're going to go in. I want to show you this. I was showing you all the video stuff. But there's also photo editing. Right? Comic. I don't even know if comics is still around. I don't know if this phone has it on there. It might not. Oh yeah, it does. It has a few. Illustration. You can draw. Can you do that with your camera? And the other thing I wanted to mention was, I don't know if it's still in here. It might be under video. Video Star, that app, Clips. Guys, I gotta share with you Clips. Here we go. We're gonna open Clips. Not much going on, right? But here is what is crazy. We're gonna tap this little star right here. Okay, you see this effect right here? I don't know if many of you know the movie, I think it's called Scanner Darkly. Whoa, that's a crazy shadow. But this effect right here by itself, like this alone, how cool. I don't think I can turn my phone sideways. Will it let me? Sorry. I don't have it formatted correctly for this. But this little cartoon effect, in better lighting it looks better, trust me. Wow, I look weird. But look, this is one of the best cartoon looks. Yes. I'm gonna check out your channel, Bad Karma. You better got some videos up there. So what was the name of this app? It took me forever. I actually lost it. It's called Clips. It's this bottom right one right here. And Video Star is another one. I don't know if it's still active, but I know you could log in and you could like create music videos and stuff like that. And it was really neat because you could pause the video. I think TikTok kind of took over from that, but I know that was an app that you could do that. But this is, oh, there's something else. Guys, this is crazy. Remember this, Clips. Yeah, I did a video with my nephew. We did a whole movie. We did it like, I wonder if it's still in here. I don't know. But, oh, it doesn't look like it is. But here's something else. You see this little thing that says text? You see that thing that says live titles? This is crazy. Nobody's talking. This is the app. I should have made the video the app nobody's talking about. Here we go. I don't really like that view. Let's just go to the color. So here we are. I get my cartoon face on. And we're going to record, okay? So I got the titles turned on. It's going to do our thing. Guys, this is crazy. Here we go. Hey, thanks for watching. Knob Top, go make something. Did you just see what just happened there? It recorded live text. And here's what's crazy. I'm pretty sure I can go in here and I can edit it if I need to. If something happened and it didn't say it correctly, I can go in and actually change. Nobody has talked about this. When I found this out, you know how you are like scrolling through Facebook or Instagram and you see videos that have titles? This app could do that. Now, I haven't messed around with it too much. I don't know if you can load videos into it, but if you were gonna just record something real quickly and you just wanted to have some text on screen, this is just one style of text. I'm pretty sure you can change the style. So I could go in here and be like, oh, I want like this. And now when we play it, it changes it. And it's pretty accurate. So if nothing else, for hanging out or watching this replay, clips. Amazing. It's amazing. So I hope that was helpful, if nothing else. And of course, it's all being run on a little iPhone SE. You know what that means. That was, I'm so glad we were able to share that.
I'm king, and they know it. When I snap my fingers, everybody says sure, I'm hot, and you're not. But if you want to hang with me, I'll give it one shot, top that.
We had to hear it one more time just because I'm so glad I was able to share that app. That was an app that I've been wanting to share, but that's the thing with YouTube. It's like, how do you make a video for just one app? So you found it. This is the diamond in the rough little thing. If there was all this other stuff was sort of useless, you felt like you got rickrolled into watching a camera video that wasn't even about a camera. It was just some old cell phone. Clips app. But anyways, at the same time though, I've only used it a handful of times, and specifically, now this is something else. I just can't stop, can I? Can't stop, won't stop. Here's another way I use this app. I'm going to switch this around. So let's see. Okay, so I guess I'll use this. I'm going to bring this up here so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Switch over to our other thing. So check this out. This is the art that's on the wall. Do you see what this app did? I'm going to turn off this live text here so it's just more stuff. So there's no live text. But I have done this where I'll shoot screenshots and you can basically get an idea of what something looks like as a cartoon if you're gonna do art, or if you just wanted to have like a little bit of a unique title. I mean, this is what it looked like. This is what we're looking at. So this is the original, and then you can go in. I mean, that's pretty amazing. The closest thing to it is the Adobe mobile app that lets you kind of do this outline thing, but you need an account for that. Yeah, if you could duplicate this in a DaVinci, that's something I'd like to see. But this is the other thing, and I know right now, I think because it's playing through, it's a little like stuttery. But as far as I know, it'll record smooth. Let's see what other. Let's go in a little deeper. Oh, this one does have a camcorder effect. Not quite as good. Let's see what this one is. Aged film. That's not too bad, actually. Let's turn it around here. All right, let's see what else we got. Aged film. Vivid, warm, dramatic. Wow, it keeps going. Honestly, I've never gone that far over. I really just used this. This was the one. This one, and this one. Boom. Screenshot. Got it. Boom. Now I got a screenshot. And if you guys don't have an iPhone, that's how you do a screenshot. Save it. Look at that. Now I have a cartoon. Done. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Daniel, Wags, Bad Karma, Not Alone, The Wise, Dutch Aussie Productions. Let's see. I missed your comment. Let's see what you got here. I have an iPhone SE, but unfortunately I smashed in the back. Yeah, that's an unfortunate. Yeah, that is one thing, and even just me messing around, these phones do get hot, and that is the other thing. They are very fragile. I'm taking a chance. I decided to I took off the screen protector because I'm like, it's a cheaper phone. I'm just gonna treat it with respect, but I'm not gonna cover it with a bunch of plastic. I just need to use it. But I always do put it in a case of some sort. But yeah, that is if there had to be a pros and cons list for sure, the cons would be it's very fragile. You could break it pretty instantaneously. It wants to add a music clip. I wonder if I have an older version. I think I know I see the music in the top corner. I'm getting this. I guess I can just bring it up here. I'm getting this when I tap that music. Soundtrack, none. Are you seeing a different setup than what I'm seeing right there with this screen? I just tap camera and I start recording. I wonder if they've changed it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Z-Wise. All right, guys. For real. What time is it? Do we even know? Tap one of these phones. Ooh, 1:19. Okay, good hour. Good solid hour. All right. Thanks for hanging out. We're watching Knob Top. And of course, there's only one way to go out. And you know how it's going to be, right? You know it.
I'm king, and they know it. When I snap my fingers, everybody says sure. I'm hot, and you're not. But if you want to hang with me, I'll give it one shot. Top that.
I can't get enough of that. And if you guys missed any of the other live streams, holy smokes, Wigs, thanks so much. If you've missed any of the other live streams, they're longer, and I do apologize for that. But if you're on your computer, just skim through it. Sometimes we cover some good stuff. I know we previously had a chance. We watched some old movie previews. Wigs, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. And I hope this does inspire you and educate you, but not just fill your brain with a bunch of knowledge, but actually give you a go out and make something mindset. And that's the other element with these phone cameras, because once you're hooked up to Wi-Fi, they don't even have to have data. Wi-Fi, you shoot your little film, you edit it within the app, and boom, you are uploading it somewhere. But everyone else hanging out, I think what I'm going to do is, and I'm not going to do it as a live stream, but maybe I would if there would be a chance, if any of you would ever be interested in some of the editing apps. I have one app specifically, Video Shop, that I use. And I don't know if it's one of the better apps or not. I'm just very comfortable using it. I'm very used to it. And I would love to show you guys some of the stuff I've learned, because I use it every day for something. But if you are just tuning in for the first time, thanks for hanging out. I'm over on TikTok for now until that gets, who knows what's going to happen with it. But if you want to see me, I usually upload there every single day. Fun little skits and sometimes some good tutorials too. I mix it up a little bit. That video, if you search YouTube, Bad Karma, it's what's the name of the video? We're going to have to look here. It's called... It's Teenage Witch, or Teen Witch. Teenage Witch Dance. Just look for that and you'll find it. And It took me years. Literally, I was looking for that clip for years. So I think maybe I'll do that. What time is it? 1 o'clock? Am I gonna watch that movie tonight? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm gonna probably clean up this mess. All right, we're gonna go out different tonight. I had this. This is gonna be bad, guys. I'll save you the rest. I have no idea what I'm doing with that. All right, thanks so much. Over and out. Knob Top, go make something.